The American media keeps parroting that the US has met its military objectives, that the military has done its job. I see it a little bit differently. What Pete Hegseth, and somebody advised me stop calling him Secretary of Defense, he's calling himself Secretary of War, which explains the insanity. What they have turned the American military into, potentially, are war criminals. And why do I say that? Because the first order of business of the US military was to bomb an elementary school, a gymnasium, hospitals, ambulances. The American military has unfortunately been following the IDF playbook. And the IDF playbook has been entirely about committing war crimes and destroying civilian life. So when the American media continues to parrot the phrase, they have met their military objectives, okay, if the military objectives was to harm civilian life and destroy any evidence of modernity, then yes, they are meeting their objectives. For instance, today, the US military, along with Israel, have bombed a university called Sharif University, or Sharif University. It used to be called Arya Meher University in 1966. It is the MIT of Iran, globally recognized as the MIT of Iran. And here is what Wali Nasser writes. Sharif University of Technology, founded as Arya Meher University in 1966, is an icon of modernization and progress in Iran. Its alumni include the first woman to win the Field Medal in Mathematics, Maryam Mirzakhani. It has been a national symbol of achievement, gaining international recognition for the quality of its graduates, large number who have been admitted into the very best engineering programs in the West. The aim of this kind of wanton destruction could only be the nation of Iran itself. This is why I say, stop parroting that the American military has met its objectives, because the message to the American people is that they have achieved only the degrading of military targets. Today, again, we have evidence that civilian life and evidence of modernity is what is being targeted. Trita Parsi writes, disgraceful. The US-Israel just bombed Sharif University in Tehran. This is not only Iran's best university, but also a top 100 global university in the field of civil engineering. It has also been the center of student opposition to the Iranian government, and Trump just bombed it. This is what is happening. So today, as per usual, ahead of the market opening, we are once again being told that a peace proposal is being evaluated by both sides. Apparently, it is being called the Islamabad Accord, that Pakistan has put forward a peace proposal, and that the Army Chief of Pakistan, Asim Munir, has been on the phone with J.D. Vance and the Iranian side all night long. Pakistan's Army Chief, says Reuters, held overnight talks with top US officials and Iran's foreign minister, aiming to secure an immediate ceasefire and reopen the Strait of Hormuz, followed by broader negotiations in Pakistan within 2 to 3 weeks. So this is what is being reported ahead of market opening, and we must understand that it is right now 8 a.m., 8:15 a.m. in the United States on the East Coast, and the market will open in an hour. The futures are already trading since last night, and they are elevated. Iran is saying, we are not opening the Strait of Hormuz to US aligned states. For everyone else, it is open. The Strait of Hormuz is not closed, it is open, but not to US and Israeli interests. As Ali Weiss said yesterday, that Iran has a weapon of mass disruption. Why would they give that up? Wali Nasser said the other day that Iran has realized that possibly the most important weapon in their hands is the Strait of Hormuz, that it is probably more potent than trying to build a nuclear weapon, that their leverage over the Strait of Hormuz is causing the entire world economy to suffer. And there is right now no larger weapon in their arsenal. That Israel can continue its assassination campaign, one after the other, but they cannot assassinate their way to having the Strait of Hormuz operate the way it did on February 27th, before Netanyahu dragged the United States into this illegal war. So there is that. That is what is happening this morning. Trump is saying that at 1 p.m. he is going to be holding a presser in the Oval Office along with the military commanders. So of course they're going to be touting the rescue of the airman, all good. Iran, however, is saying something very curious. They're saying it was a false flag, that they had sent 100 commandos into Iran and all sorts of equipment and planes, and it was done in an area where Iran is rumored to have its uranium, and that actually that whole campaign was about grabbing the uranium. Who knows what the facts are, but that is what Iran is saying. Ali Weiss, in an interview with CNN's Fareed Zakaria, said something really interesting and chilling at the same time. He said that Iran has hundreds of nuclear scientists, and that Iran right now maintains the capability of developing what he called a crude nuclear weapon, that with 60% enrichment, they can produce a weapon or weapons that mirror what was dropped on Hiroshima. And that it is quite possible that they will do that. And Trump getting out of the 2015 accord, the JCPOA, which Obama and the Europeans and Russia and China had negotiated with Iran, was to prevent exactly this. And Trump, in his egotistical hate Obama, listen to Netanyahu only, dumped that accord, that agreement, the JCPOA, and has led us to where we are today. That is something to pay attention to. That had the United States continued with that agreement, this would not be where we are. But here we are. The hate on Obama, listen only to Netanyahu, believe in your own genius, and here we are. So we don't know what's going to be announced at 1 o'clock, but the markets are open. And everything we look at has to do with how profit making is happening, how the markets are going up and down, and the volatility, and the futures market, and the equities, and the S&P 500, so on and so forth. So little is about human lives. So much is about profiteering. The Guardian is reporting that defense contractors and oil and gas companies are enriching themselves beyond their wildest dreams right now. While people, everyday people, are finding it hard to afford petrol, diesel, gas. It's hitting food prices. It's hitting everyday life across the world. We have a complete madman ordering his generals to commit war crimes. So as I started this, the American media keeps parroting that the military objectives have been met. If the US military objectives have been to destroy modernity and destroy civilian life in Iran, as per Netanyahu's formula, if that is the objective, then they should say so, because then they have met their objective. And those objectives are a violation of international law and potential war crimes, as warned the 100 legal experts in the US last week. Today they have bombed the MIT of Iran with a bunker busting bomb. What are they called? Bunker busters? What was the need to hit Sharif University with a bunker buster bomb if the objective is not to destroy any evidence of modernity or any evidence that Iran is capable of doing scientific research and creating scientific works, scientists, engineers, and world-class professionals? What is the objective? Nobody is buying this dual-use bullshit that the IDF uses constantly to destroy lives, to kill children, to kill women, to kill doctors, to destroy ambulances, to destroy religious sites, to destroy heritage sites, to destroy modernity. Nobody is buying that anymore. The question is, why is the US military being asked to follow the lead of the IDF? Do they also want to be identified around the world as war criminals, as the IDF soldiers are being identified everywhere they go? They are being hounded as war criminals. Do American soldiers want to be called baby killers? Because that is what is happening to Israeli soldiers who travel all over the world trying to vacation after serving in Gaza or after serving in Lebanon. God forbid that should happen. But that is what Trump is leading the US military into. It is such a tragic situation where the young are being asked to kill the young. Old, decrepit, decaying men are asking our young people to go and kill other young people.